Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Toyota Masters qualifiers. We're into our grand finals of the Southeast Asia region. My name is, of course, Switchblade J, and I'll be taking you through today's proceedings. Final match between Boot Dreamscape and MVP Project Korea will be going live right here. One spot up for grabs for this region. We're going to find out who is going to take it between these two teams. They fought some of the best, the likes of Scars, Absolute, Signature Gaming, Lucid Dream, Optic India also made it into the semi-finals where they were just about beaten about by MVP. Of course, one best of three will decide the fate of these two teams. Again, only one spot up for the land in Bangkok. So these three maps will be the deciders. Of course, in case you're not aware, the map vetoes went Mirage, Nuke, and Inferno. Mirage being picked by Boot. Which is a pretty big pickup for them. They're quite proficient at Mirage in this region. Although that being said, the last time that these two teams faced off in a best of three, MVP were able to take Mirage. And they also took Nuke, which is their own map pick. There are close matches, so let's not count out Boot just yet. And these guys have had some very, very close affairs across history in several different series, mostly best of threes and across virtually every single map in the pool, with the exception of Dust 2. Our decider map today will be Inferno, another map that is pretty close between these two squads. They faced off against each other on it before, and I imagine this one might be going to all three maps. It all depends on how well Boot will be performing here on this map, Inferno. Inferno? Mirage, excuse me. A couple of minutes time, we should be able to get ready. There we go. Match going live. MVP got the knife round. They're going to choose to start things off on CT side. Expected pick. They've tended to be pretty CT sided on this map in the past, with the majority of their rounds being won on that CT side. Vice versa can be said for Boot. That being said, a vast majority of their CT side rounds. So let's see how well this T side will go. Let's see how they'll be able to hold it together as we kick off with the pistol round on their map pick. Boot have the double flash and smoke on Impression. A smoke molly on Moxie. Standing in for Benkai, I believe. The fuse for Mini Zeta. And the smoke for MVP. The utility set up for that CT side. Everybody else on the server has Kevlar. No upgraded pistols, no raid bosses or anything like that. It's going to be straight Angels. Move in. Bobasaur backing up Tommy as they make their way out of connector. Mini tries to see if he can spot anyone crossing out towards the sandwich. Spots three different players and lines up the headshots alongside Solo, crossfiring it down. Zijin gets one more on Moxie, and very quickly it will be an MVP round. Nice lockout on that A-bomb site. Not wasting any time shutting down the Boot side. Again, all thanks to the positioning of MVP. Three players in different positions. They will win out the pistol round here for Mirage. Get the buy-up upgrades as well. No bomb plant coming in for Boot, but interestingly enough, they're not going to go ahead and buy. They use these Deagles and the Deco. Still wearing down a little bit of the economy. Most players down below that $1,000 mark. Only Moxie, who is not. But we'll be able to do a little bit of damage with the Mini to start things off. The Deagle's doing enough to take that mid control, but no kills going on the board for either side just yet. Got Zeph and Glow defending the B-bomb site. Mini going to keep a hold of that mid control, but passive mid control, expecting Boot to boost into the sniper's nest. What this setup is set up to counter. We're lacking in any sort of Kevlar, not just head armor, but Kevlar of any sort for the Boot side. That could be a setup that works out for him at 35 HP. It all depends on the specifics, but Boot aren't going to go ahead and buy it down on that particular bullet. Getting to connect to it's pretty much been uncontested. They're just holding in from Dark, holding in from Sandwich. The vast extent of the CT defensive here on the A bomb site, and Tommy's going to be able to break it by taking out Zeej inside with 2 quick frags back here, alongside Minidix himself. 1 on that FAMAS, so just holding back right here. Unfortunately, Zeej has gone down, but the bomb has been dropped, and now Moxie's left alone back on the backstab. Zeph not going to read this just yet, and Moxie's going to take his sweet time with this orb being spotted now. Zeph taps him up, knows exactly where this last man is, and for Moxie, there will be no way out of that one. 2-0 for the MVP side. Only losing 1 player as well. Zeej's just going to invest into the M4 very early on. No, sorry, it was dropped from, excuse me, Solo. Giving that to the man. So far been the top fragger for MVP, but it is only early days, so don't count them out just yet. Another eco coming in for Boo. I kind of like this, to be honest. I am a fan, I guess you could say. Gives you a little bit more money to work with in the full buy-up round. Of course, you wouldn't be able to have a good chance to steal anything away. Unfortunately, they've only gotten 1 frag since the pistol. They should be looking at an easy 3-0 right now for the MVP side. Starting things off well on Boots' map pick. The way they would have wanted to start things off here in this best of 3. You'll start getting a little bit overzealous though. You're going to watch that towards that A bomb site. You can see Solo who's aggressing pretty far forward for his own efforts. Still 45 seconds for Boot to go, lacking in utility, so they can't go for the execution when it comes to this peak. And hit to the bomb site is going to be a pretty basic one. Just be a running in blind. Did have impression on the lurk, but he's going to back off and try and join the main force before they hit. But now they're out of time, and Solo is out of patience. Peeking out, getting 1, getting a second down as well. Zeej will get aggressed and taken out, but Mini's here towards jungle and watching out the connector cross. Going to take that bubble saw. That's round over. Bomb drop, not enough time for impression to get on, pick it up and get it back down, even if he had to take away all the CTs coming through. We'll shut down Solo, but that's as far as he will go. So there we are, 3-0 for the MVP side. But the investment round is the real meat of things, and that's where the AKs will come into play for Boot. Again, able to get a lot of utility thanks to the fact that they didn't even buy, they just ecoed twice after the pistol. And that they have a full set of utility on 4 different players. Bulbasaur handicapped by 2, but that's not a major problem. The full AK's head Kevlar's coming out. And Boots start to aggress down the MVP side, and they're aggressive of their own accord. Gonna get some early damage down in the apartment's position. Impression also here against Glow. Nades in, but nothing major done. 77 on Glow, 74 on Impression. So, just little tags here and there, but no kills. Again, sort of like the way that these rounds have played out so far in this matchup. It's only round 4, but no early frags, no early peeks and picks. Not even from the AWP and Mini. I don't think he went towards Mini. Just going to leave it all up to Solo to defend that position of the map. AWP just down towards the A bomb site, and now the hit will come through. Split from Boot into towards the B bomb site. Splashkey gets down 1. Moxie gets a trade on Zeph to a 2-for-1. Tommy's still lurking on A, and Zeej is not expecting it. So 4 versus 2 scenario. Solo isolated from Mini. At this point, Mini's probably just going to fall back and save the AWP. Meaning that this one is all over, it should seem. 4 versus 2. See if Solo can get an exit frag here towards the market area. They're both on 100 HP, which means I think Solo can get away alive from this angle. Don't think they'll pay too much attention to it there. Of course, it should be a 4. Not 4-0, sorry. 3-1. As Boot finally get on the board. Tommy, we will move Solo from the play. Drop down one of those rifles, make sure that you can't get away with anything. MVP will just have that one AWP staying in for Mini. It's actually a pretty decent pickup. If it was an M4, I don't think they could afford to justify another AWP. Never mind. Glow's going to go ahead and buy it anyway. Certainly, that money could have been used to drop Zeph or Zijin another M4, but whatever. MVP just going to go ahead with a double up setup anyway. Force buy back with another full set of AK-47s on this T side. Up towards top mid. Mini Zeta. Once again holding down one of the AWPs alongside Glow. Back towards the B-bomb site, looking into the apartment. The Solo flashed up close and personal. Takes down Tommy to kick things off. Zeph got more flashbangs to work with. He's going to try and see if he can keep the T side from pushing up any further, but they have used the majority of their utility MVP to gain this position and to gain that opening frag. Now they've just got to work with getting the trades towards their favour. Not the easiest of tasks, considering they're still kind of lacking on that firepower. Just that one M4 in the rifle terms. The SMG and, of course, the FAMAS as well for Zeph. Solo still doing his damage on the bubble saw. Zijin's ready to try and see if he can Frank from a different position. Bobblesaw putting the nade in, peeks up, not expecting it. 2 frag completely untraded. Solo loses a lot of his HP, but that's still enough. A 5 versus 3. And other than the damage done to Solo, everybody else in MVP is on 100 HP. Splashkey just going to spot Solo back here for the head. Didn't realise that he was on a low amount of points, but still getting that kill eventually. Zeph trying to watch out for the rotations coming in. The T-side make their way in for connector. Mini's got the angle. Locked with the AWP. Flicks, misses. Looks back in towards Market. Gets down Splashkey as well. An impression on the last man on the bomb site. Glow's got the AWP locked over towards the short position. And it's going to be easy as that. Mini clinical with that AWP. An MVP. Now up by that 4th round that they wanted. Boot going to get shut down and reset in the second rifle. Not a good look. The AWPs, the M4s, the AKs. 3 Deagles, 2 CZs, and a kill. 2 kills for Mini and Solo. Once again going up the mid position and shutting down Splashkey and Bobblesaw. Now looking for Tommy back here. Solo quickly going to make good work of that. Not really much that the teams were expecting to do right here, but one player remaining is Impression. Let's see what he can do. Will this be the perfect round? Second may well be for MVP. Not a single point of damage done. And very little of a chance that anything will be done by Impression. CTs will be moving up closer to his position. Just 60 seconds remain on the clock. Spotted by Solo. Solo will take him down. There we go. That's a 5th on the board. The eco, the boot, going about as well as you would expect an eco to go, unfortunately. The case of looking towards this buy up, really. Or will Boot go for it? Okay, no, they will eventually. They were just thinking about it. Bobblesaw was not on the highest amount of money. He's going to have to, I think, yeah, just go for an AK. With no Kevlar, opting for the utility more than the Kevlar. Oh, no, it does get the Kevlar out eventually, but no head armor means he's going to be pretty susceptible to every single player from MVP. Doesn't matter a major amount because Zeph's still got an AK in his hand, so one-shot headshots are regardless. And the 2 AWPs as well can shut you down to 1 kill generally. Or shut you down to 1 shot generally, I should say. So we're also not losing a major amount, but still would be nice to have that extra bit of security against those 2 M4 players because that could be the 2 players that you find. For now, it's just going to be Splashkey moving forward to take the opening frag, and Zijin shuts him down, looks back in for more. Does not expect the second AWP to peek out. He's out towards CT instead. Meanwhile, Impression will catch off Solo in towards the mid position, and Sniper Nest is now uncontested. 5v3, 60 seconds left to go. Bomb will get recovered by Splashkey. Zeph looking for Moxie back here towards the top mid position. We'll get down. Mini are going to aggress with the AWP. This is a very curiously close range position. Shuts down Tommy. Still looks for impression as well. Being clinical. The throw scope comes out but doesn't expect Splashkey behind him. He's brought a serious chance for Zeph and Glow though. 2 versus 2. 25 seconds. Splashkey's got to take this AWP kill. He will be able to do so. The bomb will go down. But oh, Glow through the danger box. Takes him out. Turns things back to an AWP Angel. 1 versus 1. Picks up the M4, tries to see if he can find Splashkey back here. The cross out towards connector, bursts his way on through. And now the AK in play to save this round for MVP. Shoulder bait in the peak, takes the spray against Splashkey and denies the clutch from Boots Orpa. What a play from Mini though. Yeah, that is a major rip. From MVP to boot. Mini Zeta, though, again. Absolute insanity. Tactical pause being taken by boot. Mostly because they're going to need this. How do you kind of recover from a situation like that? You know, you kind of just got shut down by an AWP holding back in a corner. It was relatively easy for MVP after that just to take control of the matchup. And now, of course, money going to get reset once again. 3 rounds lost bonus after they invested on the second. There's nothing to work with. Still got the lost bonus to build into the next couple of rounds. But for this one, it's looking likely it might well be an eco or a half buy at best. Maybe a half buy. That might be the best scenario for them. Go for the 4th round, force up. Get rifles out there. For this one, however, less than likely they'll be able to make things happen. As time out comes to an end here, Boot have had their 2 minutes to discuss. Of course, it's only one of the 4 pauses that they can take. You also know that Bulbasaur is secretly James Bond in disguise. No kills, no assists, 7 deaths so far in the last 7 rounds. Not looking great, unfortunately, for the man. Boot already going to get aggressed down here on this half bite. Got a little bit of Kevlar in from some of the players, but mostly upgraded pistols, the CZs, the Deagles, the P250 impression. Trying to see if we can make anything work for Solo's great lockdown, triple kill for him. And Moxie is left alone. 1 versus 5. Could take a Zijin or Solo out. Both players if he's lucky, but it's going to have to assume that they're both playing from the same positions on the A-bomb site. Which fortunately they are, but even then. Backed up by Mini. And actually Solo has moved back into CT spawn to get a bit more cover. And even then, what's that going to do in the grand scheme of things? Preferably to get a bomb plant and get themselves a little bit of a money boost. That way they can work into the 4th round lost bonus buy. But that scoreline is starting to spiral out of control for Boot. Zijin peeking, spotting Moxie's head, spraying him down, finishing the job. Getting a deagle for his treble. But the buy-ups again is what Boot were going to focus on the most. 4 AKs, 1 AWP. Full set utility for 4 of the 5 players available for the Boot Dreamscape side. They've got the AWP over on Mini for MVP. 4 M4s that built quite the economy, not losing a whole lot of players in. And Mini, oh, great gap in the smoke. Using the Molotov to his advantage. Going to catch off the first frag against Tommy. And flashing in to stop any mid presence from the T side. So far, so good from the main AWPer of the MVP squad. Zeph holds back here on the short position. A minute and 15 left to go on the clock. Pressure and Splashky working in towards the apartments. The bomb on the back of Splashky with the AWP getting a flick back on the trade of Zeph. There's still one man in the back of the bomb site, however, that's Glow. Out towards Bench, still trying to challenge, going to get aggressed down at Benchy. Splashky's going to find the wall banger shot. And look for the plant down for apartments. 2 for 1 trade. Favour to Boot. Losing the initial kill, but now getting things back towards their favour. Now Mini going to try to pick a face down Splashky in particular. Out towards that second window. Knowing that there are T-side players all around this bomb site. Not aggressed though. Meanwhile, looking towards the short position, Zijin will catch off Moxie. Left Solo up in the apartments, ready to catch off any Boot players that rotate back through there. They know that short's dangerous. They don't know about market just yet. The impression will move forward. Solo ready to take one more player down. It's going to be a very damaging round for the Boot side. It will be a round for them nonetheless. And Solo will get taken out, but Impression, will he die to the bomb explosion? Yes, he will. So Solo's done enough. 3 players falling means that a reinvestment is going to hurt Boot's economy. Only $4,000 at best on most players. Not enough to invest into an AWP. An MVP. More than enough to invest back into those 3 M4s that they lost. Even get the double AWP set up, which is exactly what Solo is going to drop to Glow. Get the M4 back in. They have the full one setup, a reset opportunity for MVP PK, and surely at the back of that you've got to imagine that Boot's map might be falling a little bit further away from them here. They are going into the top mid position, into the apartments as well as Impression and Bulbasaur. Backed up by the bomb plant of Moxie, falling far back. He's going to try and see if he can play to the bomb plant more than anything else. Glow with 1 AWP, looking towards the cross. Can he find anyone peeking? Perfectly lines them up and gets the collateral. Sit down, Bulbasaur. Sit down, Moxie. And Zeph spraying close onto Impression's angle. Keeping him suppressed in the apartments. There's nothing that Boot can do from here. MVP completely wrecking Boot. .30 seconds remaining now. Glow with the AWP into short, looking for even more kills. Actually misses the flick on one, but re-challenges Splashky. Splashky takes him down. Tommy gets Mini. The A-bomb, the B-bomb site's almost clear. If they haven't dropped the bomb, that would be perfect. But 2 versus 2 as Tommy continues to frag. Zijin going to wrap around for the backstab. Boot have bought themselves a chance here. They have to get the bomb picked up though, and Tommy will get there. Now to plant it down. Zijin could deny this. Zijin could deny this. Bots him, sprays on through. Can't take him down before the bomb plant comes through. And now it's all Splashky with the AWP out. Spots the first man, takes him down. Now looks for Zijin in the apartments and gets the 3K clutch. And while Glow will kick things off in style, it's Boot are the ones to close down the round. With some great AWP play back on the T side as well. MVP not out of the woods yet, it seems. And that's fine for Boot, obviously. Now I'm going to be in a hard investment into this round 11. The AWP and the AK is coming back. Of course, 4 players went down, so the AWP is the only thing that was saved. 1 UMP on Bulbasaur is not going to be the strongest thing in the world, but vice versa for MVP, because not only have they got a UMP, they've also got a CZ on Glow. Both teams investing pretty hard into this round. Obviously, this is going to mean a lot will be gained by the winners. Resetting the money. In MVP's case as well, resetting the loss bonus too. Spraying from Bulbasaur, takes down Solo. Catching off one of the backstabbers. Zeed also taken out by Splashkey in towards the short position. Down on the A-bomb site. It's a 5-on-3. And Boot working their best to capitalize, but Zeph peeks on Splashkey, and Splashkey's not ready for this. Thought he was pretty safe, but no more backup. I think Tommy was also spotted by Zeph as well. Either way, he'll still get down mini, and his Glow goes falling on the B-bomb site. So the one kill that does come through for the CT side will all be in vain. They'll lose the AWP on the T side, which I guess is something. But for Zeph, this is a round lost, a 4th on the board for Boot Dreamscape. And Bulbasaur, I believe, also got his first frag in this round, so... So 2 frags going to the favour of MVP in this one, but again, it's not enough to go in the round. It is enough to put a little bit of damage on the board. Try and halt the economy from building as much as possible. So they are closing in on doing, roughly. AWP out on Splashkey for AK-47s, 1 AWP for Mini, and the CZs on Zeph and Zijin. But against the full-blown rifles on the boot side, this should be relatively easy. Bring pressure about to walk to the crossfire, takes Glow, and takes Zijin down, so... Underpass quickly gained by the T side. B side completely open as well. And for the first time, I think in a very long time at least, a simple round for Boot. Certainly feels like the first time this map so far, but 12 rounds, I could be wrong. 60 seconds left. Zeph will try and aggress. Solo will get taken down. Damage being done to several players. Oh, did Zeph just sneak it? Oh yeah, he stuck around someone, I think, in that smoke. Moxie finishes the job. It's all on Mini. Is the last man left out towards the apartments area. He's not going to bother going for this one, I don't think.
Bomb has been planted.
The Mini will do his best to take some exit frags. On the position of impression, shuts him down. Molotov in against him here towards the apartments in the kitchen. 20 HP. Wallbang is all they need, and Moxley will be the man to find it. There we go. Did Bulbasaur go in for the knife kill? Like, that was a bit overzealous. I like to remove all 5 CTs from the round, means that the AWP cannot be saved. They're going to have to reinvest into the next one, I think. So I saw they have dropped an AWP for someone here. That's for Mini. Quite the amount of utility as well available here for this CT side. Yeah, not the perfect buy, but certainly good enough. Molotovs and nades to try and keep them held back towards the underpass position. Zeph almost landing it perfectly on impression. A nice position to clear out early on, make sure that Boot cannot get control. It'll still peek up and take down Zeph, however, so that's a nice start. Teams continue to push in towards the mid position. The smokes are up, disallowing the CTs to peek and push on any position. Not from Sniper, not from Connector. Still got one man up here. Zion gonna get spotted and sprayed by Tommy. 5 versus 3 now. Bubba up to challenge next here. Glow. Here's a footstep, peeks on through and takes him down. A little bit of help from impression as well. And now it's all on to Mini Zeta. One man taken out, second face to take down Bobasaur now, peeking back towards the short position. Knows that Splashkey's here. 3 kills for him. Almost lands the blind shot, but can't quite get it done. A 2 versus 2 has been picked up by the AWP. However, he will get traded back by Moxie. It's all on Solo as the last man remaining. Look for the utility of flashbang to try and get this retake down. He's got no defuse kit either. Bomb yet to commit to the bomb site itself, however. I guess it has committed, but it's not going to get planted just yet. Moxie leaving himself exposed towards that short position. This could be Solo's chance if he drops Moxie now. A hell of a pickup, but in the end he's just allowing that bomb to get planted. Both T-side players on the site. Impression starting to peek up. Will he get spotted? Will he get shut down? We'll see him, but Solo takes down the first. Slow HP on Impression, a 2k clutch for the man. This will be MVP winning out the CT half, and he's going to get them both. Defuse kit comes through. Sorry, defuse comes through, not with a defuse kit. Full 10 second. Be 8-5 for MVP. Isolating 1v1s and winning them out against the boot players. It's a nice way to get themselves kick-started back into the last 2 rounds of the half. 1 AWP, 1 M4 coming out. Obviously MVP losing quite the amount of investment in that last round. Means that Boot could very easily reset them and put them in an even worse position going into that last round. They won't be able to win the half, but 8-7 on T side, considering how dominant MVP is on CT side, is not a bad half from Boot. For now, it's just the standard setup as the execution towards the A-bomb site. Will already go right. Mini getting down the first player. No smokes coming out, and that's a result. They're going to be able to trade 2 for 2. Zeph covering off the mid position, looking for one man back here. He sprays on through towards Tommy and gets the kill. 3 versus 2. Moxie trying to trade back Mini, but 24 HP. He stays alive. The nade should be able to finish the damage, and he misses. It goes deep. What happened here, Boot? 3 versus 2 now. Zeph on the backstab, still low on HP, but if he even gets 1 kill, that'll be more than enough. Bomb plant still yet to be found. Splashkey's pushed all the way into the jungle area, and Sniper Nest will not find anything. Might want to wrap around towards the B-bomb site as well. This will be a sacrificial play from Moxie. Zeph moves in, spots the man, sees the utility, sprays on through. It's all left at Splashkey. How this has all fallen to pieces. He will get a trade back on Mini at least. Open up a shout. Splashkey's been great with this AWP right now. Top fragger for Boot Dreamscape, but can he turn a 3k to his favour? Gonna look into Sniper Nest where one man is gonna cross. I don't think he saw him. Spots the leg of the second. Have a look at it. Zeph quickly shuts him down and falls right back. Flashbang back in. Knows that Glow's gonna be here. Avoids all of it. Splashkey ready towards the window area and looks away. The timing's perfect for Glow. Getting onto the bomb site, but Splashkey peeks back and clutches it for the 3k. Stopping that round from completely falling apart for Boot. That could have gotten very ugly from those first couple of picks, but in the end, it is a 6th round for this T side. An advantage into the last round of the half for them. Good damage from Zeph, collateral onto Moxie and Tommy. It's not going to be a kill, but it'll still be damage. We're just going to work against the force buy of MVP, the one scout, the CZ's, the Eagle, the MP9 for this round. Already Zeph starting things off on the right foot. tagging up a lot of players. See, Zion meanwhile is going to move in towards the T-spawn. And start setting up the backstab. I believe Bulbasaur is ready for this though. Yeah, he's ready for this. He's so ready for this. Still 60 seconds to go. As the hit comes in towards B, 3 players, but the backstab from Zion can still be good. How much will he be able to find from this position? Glow's going to be able to catch off one, and Zion, oh, he gets them both. Shuts them down. Tommy's still fragging, but they've got the bomb in their control. Moxie, 7 HP as Zeph trades back Tommy. The backstab works up so well. 20 seconds left, and MVP will look to try and steal the final round of the half away. 7 HP, Zeph needs 1 bullet alone. Damage being done towards that position. And Moxie does get the kill, but now 7 seconds left. He's got to find Zion. He knows that he's got this round in the bag. He's just got to fall away. Moxie is going to give this one up. Good half is called. 9-6 to end things off to the favor of MVP. Such a well-played round from Zion. But this is where the real challenge begins for MVP. They got their CT half under wraps. But this is where Boot can shine. This is where MVP needs to step things up. Straight into the pistol round of the fuse kit for impression with the smoke. Playing back passive on the A-bomb site. 3 players going towards underpass for Boot as well. MVP leaving the utility towards Solo's position. Might see if we can try and fake an execution into the A-bomb site initially, it seems. He's lurking around this area. Put a smoke down and a flashbang over. Impression going to get blinded, and actually that might force the CTs to fall right back, but they're going to catch the information. They're going to hear these footsteps in towards short. Glow's been bracketed off. The CT backstab coming in from Tommy and Splashkey. Is Glow expecting it? Yes, he is. He'll take down Tommy to kick things off. Zeph going to try to see if he can get the trades back, but Glow will fall. He gets Bulbasaur on the bomb site. Now Splashkey in the center of the crossfire alongside his teammate in Market. Backed up by 1 more. It's a 3 versus 3. Zeph, close range. Make his way through the market door. Looking for the burst fire. Looking for the shots against Splashkey. Tags up a little bit. Takes down Moxie Design. And now looking for the bomb plant, but Splashkey's still here towards Truck. 2 versus 2. 2 low HP players on either side. Zeph on 1 point of health. Still kicking and screaming and gets the kill, surprisingly. And Splashkey gets cleaned up by Solo. And Boot will concede an all-important pistol here on their map pick. Though how they couldn't pick up Zeph is a story I'll never be able to answer. It was forced this time from Boot. Obviously they were going in for the ecos in that last T-side conversion. This time it's full blown. Deagles, CZs and P250s. Early utility from the MVP side goes over. Tommy with a deagle. Ooh, drops 1. Trying looking for the second. We're going to get aggressed by Zeph. So 1 traded for 2. Now traded for 3. The Splashkey goes forward. B-bomb site quickly in the control of the T side. And for Moxie and Impression, there's not much that they can do. 1 towards CT, 1 more towards T. This will be round 11 to the favour of MVP PK.
Terrorists win.
As Boot try rolling Thunder down in towards the ramp position, trying to see if they can take a lot of damage into one T-side player. It's not going to happen. So MVP have found a way. And in position, they will mostly go pretty passive overall for this entire T-side line. Bomb on the back of Zeph as well. Glow's not going to move up with the AK, taps up on Splash King, working off the damage that other teammates have done so far. All four players in this mid position. I think Bobasaur may have spotted one. Molotov in, out to the sniper's nest position. Zeph will take a dink down. And immediately, Bobasaur's going to fall right back. That's me out with the P250. Tommy going to try to take another angle on the fight. Moxley will get traded in the first frag. Second kill coming through. Solo deals with Tommy, though. And impression falls all the same. Lots of damage, though. You can see the amount of red on that T-side board, but that's all they're going to find. Damage, no kills. 12 rounds now on the board for MVP. And Boot throwing up a bit of a half on that T side. Now they're going to really have to step it up. They've lost the pistol. They've lost the conversions. They needed those pistols and conversions to get themselves into an even standing against the MVP side. Now it's just gotten worse. 6 whole rounds to find. They've got to double their scoreline. M4s and AWPs. One for Master Impression. Obviously the money's still pretty dire for Boot. Oh, and already Splashki, however, is going to take down Mini. One AK out of play. I think that was actually Galil he had, but whatever. A nice start. Zeph, however, going to be able to trade Tommy back on the A bomb site to a 4 versus 4, so it does not last for long, unfortunately, for the Boot side. Splash able to find another way back in for this team. Boot need to work off that opening frag. Get ready for the execution coming in towards that B bomb site. They've got the AWP out to the apartments. One more rifle back at market. Splash King, how much is he going to be able to find here? Glow ready to face. Zeph moving up towards the short position. The smoke goes down. He looks on. They actually isolate the AWP from his main backup, and Solo will swap the man, take down Splash quickly going to get the bomb planted for short as well. The open angle. And already you can see the Bobasaur's just like, yep, I'm out. Everybody's out for Boot. Not going to bother with this one. A 13th on the board for MVP. We got one exit frag. Couple extra frags coming back to turn things to a 1 versus 2 actually. That's going to be pretty damn good.
Terrorists win.
Damage being done to MVP, but they need to do a little bit more than just that. M4s. Oh no, that's not a flashbang Zeph wanted to find. Body block. It's not a major problem. It's not like they dropped a grenade in front of themselves, but certainly not the best of things. That's for certain. It's MVP. Look for that mid control. They've got apartments control as well. The bomb on the back of Solo. .60 seconds remain on the clock. MVP have not found an opening frag. Good utility use from Boot to try and stall them, but they're out of smokes. They've just got a flash, or two flashes actually, a HE and a Molotov. And that's it. .30 seconds remaining for MVP, and they're going to try and go for a three-man fake onto that A bomb site. This is going to be risky as anything. The smokes go out, flashes over. The CTs are going to try and rotate, I think. We've already got three players on this bomb site itself. It's all going to rest on the hands of Tommy himself. He does drop down sign. Solo's going to get picked up, and actually for MVP, it all falls to pieces. The bomb's been dropped. Zeph just left to get some exit frags, but 5 seconds remaining. This is a round for the Boot side.
Counter-terrorists win.
A much needed round I should add as well. Default play from MVP, tries to work into that mid position. Zeph picks up Moxie. Starts things off for that T-side advantage. And again, if MVP win this one, they're going to reset the loss bonus of Boot. Completely shut down most of the chances available for this CT side. They'll be looking for that map point on Boot's map pick. That's not how they want this to go, but also needs to get these 2 kills. Shines the first on Solo, backs off, but Mini catches him in the back by taking him down. No more CTs remain on the B bomb site. As Zeph trying to lurk over towards A. He shuts down Impression, one of the only rotators. Turns 180 onto Tommy. Calls and communication perfect for MVP. Splash King is all alone now. Up close against 2, catches sign. They can't do much more than that. Glow will find the reset round. Things are not looking good now. 14-7. By back in, Boot going to try and see if they can get things together, but already Glow just peeking up towards mid position, shutting down Splash Key. Finishing the job on the first player. MVP continuing to move around the mid position, also up towards T-spawn. Impression is waiting Trying to lurk, trying to catch a vision, trying to catch a little bit of information, but nothing being found so far. That has been sort of the story for Boots so far in this half. Nothing being found. Just that one round, and everything other than that has been all MVP PK. They could line up for Tommy, but he's completely flashed off. Perfect utility usage and MVP. Well, the statistics lie. They're fantastic on their T side as well as they are on CT, and they're just going to get cleaned up on the Boot side as a result. One kill going for Moxie, not much more than that. He'll get traded by Mini. It's map point for MVP. And again, to remind you, in case you're joining us, or in case you weren't here at the start of the stream, you'll know that Boot, they picked this map. So it stands to reason that there's a good shout they may end up losing this series, but that's all something to be discovered in our next map, Inferno, as picked by the MVP side. For now, it's Boots' last breath here into this round, the last gasp in this map. Tommy and Moxie out to the underpass position. Zeph is going to take both players down. It's not looking good right now. His impression looks for a kill, gets traded back immediately. Splashkey falls, it's all on Bobasaur.
Bomb has been planted.
1 versus 5. Being moved in upon by Zine. Does catch him at least, that's something. Well, AK picked up, 16-7. And there we go. That is a victory for MVP. They are going to be moving forward in this series with a nice advantage here. As we move to their map pick of Nuke, it's not been a very fun time for the Boots side. They've got a last chance to try and hold on to this series. We're going to go to a break and see whether they can do it. But right now, MVP just a map away from moving to Bangkok. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Toyota Masters. We're into map 2 between MVP and Boot. Unfortunately, Boot have lost their own map pick, which is a bit of a major problem in case you are not aware. That is the best map they had a chance on. Our second map is Nuke. And the last 2 times that Boot have taken on Boot Dreamscape, Boot have taken on MVP throughout the course of history. On Nuke, they have won it both times. 16-14 on the first time, 16-12 on the second time. So, for Boot, this isn't a horrible map. Certainly, I said there's a chance, but considering that MVP are also picking this one, and they have a win rate against mostly every single team they face each other on, Hold on. Are you for real, Impression? Trying to force those 1v1s by going into the vent. That would have been fun. But nah, for real, things are not looking good for the Boot side. We'll lose the knife. And MVP will decide to stay on that CT side. Standard choice, since most teams tend to be CT-sided. In fact, Nuke in general is a pretty CT-sided map. Has been more balanced as the updates have come through. But as of right now, it's still a popular CT side pick. So let's see whether they can handle themselves on the Boot side. Again, this is going to be a very difficult affair. I have my doubts, I'm not going to lie. I really do have my doubts about whether they can do this. Well, so whenever these guys are ready, we can jump straight into our second map. But it looks like Boot are taking that time to have a quick think about things and try and see how they're going to approach things. Alright then. Let's get into this one. It's Nuke. For MVP. They win this one and they'll be going to the Bangkok land of Toyota Masters. For Boot, it's all about keeping the dream alive. Let's see whether they can do it. Here's the pistol round comes into fruition. It's Zeph with a defuse kit to play in against Boot. An immediate rushing towards the A bomb site. Bubblesaw going to get one. Mini trades impression right back. Still got 2 players on the bomb site itself. They've gone diving down towards the B bomb site. Zion takes Tommy out. Trading things back to the favour of MVP. Zeph going to try and find a way into the bomb site itself, but nothing going to be seen on any part of the T side. We'll eventually get to the site. They will get the bomb down. Zion going to get spotted out by Moxie, who still holds the lobby area. And Splashkey keeps control here with his Glock back on the back of the bomb site. Zion desperately trying to find an angle to work with and take down Moxie. If he can do that, and he's taken out a lot of T-side players, but he's still dropping Bobasaur. Back in the apartments, Moxie going to rotate in the back, step to support from the ramp position. Splashkey's completely isolated, though. So many players to try and worry about. We'll get back to the vents here. Zion dropping through, takes up the headshot. Now got to try something and deny the bomb plant. Headshots come through, and Glow shuts it down. The defuse is going to get stuck. Nothing that Moxie can do. And it will be the pistol conceded to the favour of Boot. Sorry, to the favour of MVP, I should say. Boot Dreamscape going to be struggling a little bit. Mini quickly clears things up towards the outside. Watching from the garage area. Zion taking one more player out. Very easy stuff right here from the CT side. Expected. But sort of stuck behind the TT lines. Maybe you could catch Solo off. It's a good 1D. But unfortunately, Moxie's not going to be so much better off taken out by Zion on top of the boost. Bulbasaur finishes the job. And there you go. Eco over for Boot 2-0 standard for MVP. And the main thing to worry about right here is going to be that rifle round. That's just what Boot were working towards here. Obviously ecoing in that last round because they got the bomb plant and the pistol. No, they're not. Are you for real? Okay, they're gonna opt for a half buy. Probably because the money hasn't quite worked out the way that Boot wanted it to. They wanted a full-blown buy. Now they're just gonna have to settle on a little bit less. Look towards a main rifle when the regular rifles come out. Zion and Mini and Glow going to clean things up as a result. Quick kills coming in against that T side. Impression with an Eagle could get Glow at the very least. That's 1 kill. Now worn down by wallbangers and worn down by the pressure of the players. Mini does run out of ammo, so almost goes down for it. And Impression does catch Zeph being a little bit overzealous. Knows that there's 1 player low in the corner. I mean, overall, Impression could still do some damage. If he takes down 1 more rifle player, that would be great. But MVP doing their best to work around him. Zion now watching the ramp position, since Impression does have the bomb, so he can rotate to the B bomb, so he gets some extra economy, essentially. Solo finally catches him off. Takes him down, finishes the job. The M4s stay in play for the MVP side, 3-0, and now Boot will look into the rifle round. 4, 5 AK should come out. They could get the AWP out for Impression. He's thinking about it. Won't be able to get head Kevlar, so that's what he's going to opt to go for instead of the AWP, the AK. On all 5 players, mostly full sets of utility. 2 players actually don't have a full set of utility, but that's only handicapped by 1 each, so that's fine. Was Boot put the nade straight in, trying to go for that 3-stack nade against the silo position on the bomb site itself. Does end up working as well. Zeph down to 19 HP. And Solo is first casualty towards the outside. Impression working well. Moxie setting up a smoke there alongside Tommy. Boot begin to move into the outside position. Smoke wall down. They've got 1 player out to deal with out towards the garage area, but it's been smoked off alongside A main, and no one can see from heaven either. Still going in towards main though. They're not expecting Mini there, and he'll trade things back eventually. Solo down. Now is Bulbasaur. They re-spoke the position. Molotov in to try and defend it. They're going to rush straight through, lose a lot of HP, and Zion's going to get a kill for it. Jeff right back. Zion gets a second, but Impression 180 spins around. Turn things to a 2 versus 2. Now Molotov's back to the vents area. They've got Mini pushing in from main. Impression's low on HP and should be traded relatively easily. It all comes down to how well Mini and Glow want to play this. Mini going to give up his position to extinguish the flames. Glow coming in from hell. Mini pulls their attention away now, flashing his way inside. Splashkiaba turns back around and shut down. Glow now looking in for the second spray. Continues for the 2K. An Impression with a 3K as well. We're going to open up that bomb site. 2 critical players for the Beat side. In that round 4, they'll get their first on the board. As MVP consider their options, they've lost a lot. Obviously, money being pretty decently hampered by Boo. So the AWP and the M4 will come out for it, but that's the best firepower they've got. 2 more SMGs, another CZ for Glow. Actually, a similar setup to what they used over on Mirage a few rounds into their CT side. One of the forced buy rounds that Boot and actually forced away from the MVP side. As once again the nade stack comes through. Are they going to catch anybody? Yes, they will, but Zion, oh, he expects it. That's the main danger of using that strat twice. Obviously, made mostly famous by Astralis during the Major. And they used that, I believe it was against Na'Vi on Nuke? Or was it FaZe on Nuke? I can't remember, but bottom line is that they used that to try and flush out the position of Marshmallow. Make sure no one was sitting on top of that hut and shut down any player that was. But Zion is still going to push through, get one, not quite the second, but he's tagged Moxie for 14. They've got the information they need. They know where that bomb is. Pretty decent guess to where they're playing in from. Mini knows that there's one outside as well. Expecting a frag to come through. Zeph's going to aggress. He's got bomb control once again. Knows that there's one more player on top. Moxie on 14 HP is going to have to let him go. He can't take this fight. Else risk going down for it. Now Zeph peeks on. Moxie will trade him back. 2 kills for him. 3 versus 3. But that's crucial time being bought as damage comes through and pressure taking the leg shot from Mini's AWP. 20 seconds left. Look how far Solo's pushed in. Finally, Moxie's going to get dealt with. Splash Key completely blind off by the smoke. Still takes Solo down, but now just 10 seconds to work with Glow. Needs one good kill. He hears the footsteps. Damage done the Splash Key. Impression going to mark him off and does take him down. It's all out of Mini with the AWP looking on Heaven. Impression does not see him, but looks back to the rafters and gets that second kill. But so many points that MVP could have won in that round. All thanks to stalling for that amount of time. That got a little bit too overzealous, I think. And again, damage done to the boot side, but that's not what MVP wanted when they invested every little penny of their economy in. It's not been the best of rounds, let's put it that way. 2 CZs, 3 USPs. Boot with the full AK-47s out to play for. He looks for the shots, almost using the aim punch to his favour. Tommy's going to get taken very, very low thanks to USP play. Solo and Zion are going to move forward alongside Zeph as well. We'll get traded back. Zion's still going to look for a frag. He gets the second kill. And now Glow's rotating to support the aggression from that CT side. Going to work to shut the bomb out of the position. Impression going to take a little bit of damage from the USP. And again, the fact they're doing this on just eco pistols. This is great stuff coming in from the CT squad. MVP now have Zion rotating in, and again, Tommy's extremely low. Bulbasaur tagged up a little bit, could be dropping that bomb. Hear those footsteps. Zion going to be alone out towards the vents area. We'll get traded. Mini next up the face. Bulbasaur spots him, looks back around, takes him down. Now Glow with an AK. Is what remains on the A bomb site. Could still cut them off. He's out towards the squeaky area, but Impression swings around and shuts him down. So this time 3 frags can be commended because it was only pistols that were brought down by MVP. No Kevlar, no utility. And with that, they managed to do 3 players worth of damage to the boot side, which is absolutely fantastic. All even up now. AK-47s on all 5 players of the boot side. AWP for Mini Zeta, and the rest of MVP have the M4s out already. Zion getting up close and personal through the smoke, sprays down Splashkey. And kick things off to the favour of the CT side. And leave the monster area mostly undefended. They've got Solo in, maybe? Okay, that got a bit awkward. I thought he was in garage, but no. The flashbang keeps him blind. Impression not going to be able to spot him, certainly, if that had missed. That would have been a kill for the CT side, but not to be. 35 seconds left to go. Bobasaur trying to move around against, I believe that's Glow out towards the main position. So we've got Zion working in and around. Impression starting to move up. Bomb going to rotate in as well. Zion ready and waiting. They're going to be pushed away by one CT player, but Tommy going to get dropped. Impression working around towards this corner area. Will get the trade back. Turn around. Zeph will get the trade. Moxie now here covering off the heaven position. And Mini is going to be watching with the AWPs attentively. Will take down one, and Glow rotates in just in time for MVP to claim the lead away. Already great nades coming through from MVP to put a bit of damage. Not as much damage on the board as I would have liked to, but again, this is just against the boot side. Trying to aggress down the outside area. No utility to try help them get past this AWPer, so Mini should be able to shut down the first at least. Still got one player on that CT side close in the form of Solo. Smokes down, ready for Tommy. Takes a head off his shoulders. 5 versus 3. Now Moxie and Splashky working in towards the short area, the squeaky area. Will catch Solo, just Bobasaur in main. And then roughly where all these T-side players are now with the shots coming through. Zeph going to look towards Bobasaur. Spray down from Zion. Meanwhile, will take one for a loop turn on the Bobasaur. Knows Splashky's low. Almost connects the bullet that he needs. Now taking damage through the vent. 4 HP. Barely staying alive. Still gets away with a second kill. And while Moxie will trade. Got 3 more players to find. Digo out. Does catch Mini. I'm going to wrap immediately back to the B bomb so that they're going to hear that vent drop. Close the door immediately. Now plant for the back of the bomb site. Deagle needs to be clinical. Headshots only. Else it's going to be for naught. And Glow's going to catch him as he jumps up trying to get a higher vantage point. So there we go. 5th on the board for MVP. And the defuse will come through. It's not the most confident of performances. Again, Boot were just on the eco in that round. They still managed to wear down 3 players, so the economy is not going to be looking great for the CT side. And Boot have built things up to actually be better than MVP, despite the fact that they've lost 2 rounds in a row. So credit to them. Tommy this time is the man that's the underperformer in the server. Last time around it was, I believe, Bobasaur? Yeah, it was Bobasaur. Early utility coming in from the boot side, trying to crest down the A bomb side. It is loud in there. Shots landing, smokes found. Zion is the first casualty as Splashky spots his Achilles heel and works it against it now towards the AWP of me. That misses a crucial shot, and Bobasaur is quickly able to trade him back as a result. 5 versus 3 scenario. Zeph aggresses, Moxie punishes him for it. Boot find everything they need, but Solo drops the bomb. Hearing those footsteps in towards the vents area, going to line up looking on Splashky, spots impression as well, but going to get aggressed by Bobasaur. Meanwhile, from the control room, leaves it all on Glow. Back here on the rafters. I know they're going to be ready for this man to be on the B bomb site. Seems like they're not. They're going to rotate towards A instead, so. Bomb plant will come through. 1 on 3 for Glow. I imagine he'll just save this M4. He's backed up towards the B bomb site. Look for the AK, I think, will be the best thing in that vent area. Which means that Boot will be on for the 4th. Not meant to be able to find him. Glow going down. Means that the eco will come out for MVP. CZ's. Just one of them in play. USP's out for everybody else. There should be a fifth for Boot Dreamscape. So despite the fact that MVP generally are managing to pull ahead, the Singaporean team still managing to keep up. So credit to them on that one. But let's see whether MVP will be able to strike back in the next round. That's going to be the key thing, I think, for the most part. Solo tries to progress, tag Splash Key to 1 HP, but can't get much further than that. Begins to progress a little bit further. It's Mini looking for a kill. Can't quite find anybody as Bulbasaur takes him down and they move on towards the A bomb site where there is no other CTs remaining. The bomb should get planted for this. Ready for anyone else that comes their way, and indeed, Zine is a dead man. Moxie covering off that backstab, Glow, and Zeph. Well, that remaining Glow towards outside Zeph. I think he's working in the vents area, so this shouldn't end up being much more than a pipe dream for these guys. It will be 5 on the board for MVP PK's opponent. Boot Dreamscape now all even up against the Korean squad. And all 5 players looking to stay alive at the end of that round. Still a little bit lacking in the money line for MVP. Just going to try to force buy anyway. As Boot slowly move into position. Solo's going to be naded out, but Glow will get a trade back on Tommy. 4 versus 4 already. Zest still working. Zion going to get tagged up pretty low as well. He will get a kill on the way out. However, Splashkey looking for a second back on Mini and does trade things back to the favour of Boot, or picked up by Glow. But what can you do with it towards the heaven position? Zeph going to get bracketed in by Moxie. He knows this man is here. And they will get down to the B bomb site for it. Zeph dead now. These are all on the Aura of Glow. 1 versus 3. Looks to be the save from the lone CT player. This will be a 6th for Boot. They're going to take the lead away from MVP. Just left to see if Glow can save this AWP. It seems like it's the most likely situation in the world, and there we go. Fast players coming in from Zion. He manages to tag up 2 players, actually take down one of them in the form of Moxie. Quickly in from this CT player. Pressure working towards the outside will catch Solo off guard, not checking the main area. He will go down. little bit closer is Zeph and Zion. Now Glow will take another frag back. Zion gets another trade as well. It's a 2 versus 3. They've dropped a few rifles. If Zion can get one, then maybe they could be looking a bit more damage. Indeed, he does. Now gets up onto the roof. Mini going to cover him. No, he does get caught off guard. Now the USP ready against Tommy. Catches that headshot, and now we saw Splashkey suddenly. This round has all fallen apart for the T side. Bomb on the back of Splash. Looking in towards Squeaky is Glow. And he will find the final frag of the round to steal it away for the MVP squad. Nice eco for the MVP side to get themselves kicked back into gear. How much longer will it last though? Straight back in is every single rifle for the sides. M4s, AKs, AWP or Mini. Saw trying to see if he can catch off an aggressive CT player. They're not going to bite the bullet, however, MVP. Start boosting Solo up towards the rafters. A position on the catwalk, Boot. Make their way in and under to the B-bomb site. Here we go. Tommy, Moxie. Moxie going to look for Zion first. Catches him. It's Tommy, the man to get the kill. They want to play back towards the control room. Glow's not bound for this world, though. He'll get traded. Solo will trade back on Splashkey average. So 1 for 3 trade. 2-man advantage for Boot Dreamscape. Solo and Mini. I mean, it's the last 2 players. Mini's already out of there, though. It looks like they're going to save for this next one. They got their eco. They were unable to string together the rifle round, unfortunately, though. And that can only mean so much for the MVP side. 7 on the board for Boot. They're going to maintain their lead. Surprisingly close in this first half, I'm not going to lie. Again, this is MVP's pick. They were expected to win this map. And they've won this map against Boot in the past. Minge going to take an extra frag. Traded back by Bobasaur. Crucial AWP back out of play. So that one AK is going to allow the force buy, or at least enable the force buy from the MVP side as Tommy quickly makes his way in and takes down Solo for the start. Mini will take down Tommy in the trade. 4 versus 4. Nice kick back from MVP. Just need Glow to follow through with it. And Zion and Zeph turn it back to their favour. Bubblesaur's made his way in towards main. Is Zeph ready for this? He's going to hold a passive angle in the corner. Ready for a flashbang. Over, lines up 2 kills. Only going to get not much, but Zion comes in from the backstab, takes both of the players down. $1,200 gained for him on the rifles, and a couple have dropped him right here. Now nade in against Zion, only doing a little bit of damage. We're going to push those rifles out of the way, though. Mini going to look for that one head that he needs. Molotov will force him out. Wait for the angle. Glow will get caught. Zion now moving forward. Looks for Splashkey. Sprays him down. 3 kills for the man. The AK now just low towards him. Mini's going to trade back for an AK of his own. Zion still playing close range. Will still do it all in the MP9. And he gets himself the 4K. We remain evened up. MVP and not going to allow Boot to take this so easily. And look at Zion as well. 22 kills. Rest of the Koreans better start stepping up. Else this is going to get ugly. Full buys coming for both sides, of course, round number 15. Be You're forced by if you had to get there. MVP move in, the AWP on the part of Mini, the AK on Solo, and quickly Tommy's going to take the opening frag on Zeph. Zine trades him right back out to a 4 versus 4. Solo catching Bobasaur meanwhile on the main position. Shuts him down, Zine pushing in through the hut, gets himself a 2Ks, and Pression goes down in his place. Moxie and Splashkey, last 2 remaining. One towards Secret, one towards Lobby. Moxie now going to start moving in towards the hut. Can't see any of the CTs here, however. Splashkey will be able to catch Zine, however. Trading him back. 4 versus... well, 3 versus 2 now, I should say. Mini. Now going to leave it all on Moxie. The bomb on his back. He's committed to the A-bomb site. Spotted now. And the AWP will shut him down. 2 kills for Mini. 2 kills for Zine as well. A very, very good round from MVP to get the trades together. But again, look at those stat numbers of Zine and Mini. Particularly Zine. 24 kills. Oh no, are you kidding me? It's done it again. Bear with me 1 second. So for those of you unaware, unfortunately, CSGO is giving this glitch where the scoreboard seems to stay up during the pistol rounds and during the end of the halves. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Does mean I've got to quickly refresh the server so we can jump straight back in without having a massive load of stats put up on top of the screen. So, it's no problems. We're back in. Pistols. Julie's out for impression. He's going to aggress down into the hut area. But the rest of the T side are going straight into the secret position. MVP. Straight into the B bomb site. Let's see what Bobasaur can do back here from the ramp area. Going to get himself straight up to the rafters. Try hold off Decon, but Glow takes down impression before he can get in as backup. Moxie are backed up by one more player. Will rotate in and support Bobasaur. So they hold passive positions. Glow quickly going to pick up those dualies, however. Tommy, right behind them, looks for Zine, misses every single shot except for one. Dropping the bomb inside the bomb site itself, now closing the double doors. And looking back in for Zeph, shuts him out for the 2K. 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2. As Glow looks for a trade right back, finally finds it, but needs to find another CT to turn it to their favor because now Mini's taking Bobasaur. 2 versus 2. Moxie and Splashkey. 2 different sides of the site, one back towards, I believe that's, no, he's actually on the A-bomb site itself. Got to rotate eventually as the doors get open. Moxie being spotted by Mini. Still no rotates in for support on the part of Splashkey. Glow will try and pick up the bomb for his trouble. Moxie still tapping his way on through, trying to deny it. 31 HP on the dual lead player. Both with Kevlar. No defuse kit remaining on boot. I think that was dropped early, and they push forward. Splashkey in a bit of trouble, but it doesn't matter because it's an opportunity for Mini. It doesn't matter. Moxie going down. 2 kills for Mini. 3 overall as he turns on for both of the frags and closes things out for MVP. Keep things rolling for that T side. Keep things going for the Koreans. Splashkey looks for an opening kill, but can't find anything. Moxie flashbanged out towards the outside. MVP once again going towards Secret, rushing it down. Not going to get the opening frag against the CZ. That's actually Tommy's right, and Bobasaur with the trade right back on the Deagle, but Mini quickly going to take control of him and his backup in the vents area. Leaves it all up to Moxie and Splashkey as the last 2 players remaining. Oh, Splashkey getting caught off guard. 180 flick from Mini. I'm going to go towards the A-bomb site where Moxie's still fragging. He's got himself a quick headshot onto Zeph. Looking for the second on Solo. Mini's tagged up as well. 1 bullet's all Moxie needs. Mini's got to land his headshot meanwhile. Moving on, spotting the head and eventually finds the kill. 4K for him. But that could have been a disaster for MVP if they weren't careful. Ten through to 7 now. Looking for that 11th is the MVP side. They've still got mostly SMGs out for this one. They're going to go farming for the monies. As they wrap around towards the outside into heaven and hell. Splashkey going to be the only man here defending. Going to see those flashbangs here, those footsteps, but how many kills can he find moving up against them? They're not watching it. This could be a disaster. Tommy's going to get the one. PT50 out, looking for Zeph. Gets one for the second frag as well, but Solo cuts him off. Zai now moving on to the bomb site where Impression's waiting, but he'll go falling. 2 versus 2. They've dropped several players, including one of the AKs. And they can still clutch this Moxie and Bulbasaur. Look at the HP advantages. Solo on 17 points. Signs on 82, sure. But even if they were able to take down Solo, that's the AK out of play. He's got a bomb plant as well, so if they could time this right, they could steal the round away. Bulbasaur spotted. Zion's going to take him down. Leaves it all on Moxie. As Solo makes his way into B. Great play, just as Moxie was playing in towards that A-bomb site. He's going to back off towards outside, find a new way in. Or just save the AK, which I guess also makes sense as well. It's going to be 11 rounds for MVP Project Korea. Now, 4-round deficit for Boot to try and come back against. Already, Bulbasaur's going to get traded back by the headshot of Glow. He does take a kill with him, so that's meaning Zeta down. The AK is actually working against that T side. Tommy gets another frag before he's traded back by Zion. It's a 3 versus 2 scenario. The bomb will go down. Something to gain right here is the sound on the A bomb site, but Zion quickly aggressed down by even more CT players. Zeph, you have to get back in. Does not know where these guys are playing from. Got a best bet. They're going to try and put some wallbang damage down. They have an idea. Sprays on the first. Does not see the second. Looks for the AWP. Zeph for the 3K clutch. He's got them all. Isolating the 1v1s and picking Boot Dreamscape apart. What a play from Zeph himself. He's not the top fragger, but he's an impactor for the MVP side. And that is a hell of a lifeline to keep MVP on victory row right now. AK is up against the Eco coming in from Boot. They got a rifle in the form of the Scout, but that's about it. Kevlar on Tommy as well. The CZs and the Eagles coming out as the pistol upgrades, but that is it. Tommy will still get the opening frag and just about get away alive, so this one is not quite as far gone as I initially made it seem. MVP, despite being one man down, will still move forward into the B-bomb site. Only Splashkey here to defend it. Control room, double doors, Bulbasaur. Casualty back as Zion and Glow do get the trades together. Now looking for Tommy next, takes him out. It's Moxie. Scout in play. Does catch Zion at least, that's something. Scout shots coming through. Moxie going to do some damage onto some players, but eventually it's Glow with a 3K. Closing things out, bringing things to 13-7. Boot nearly having to double their scoreline in order to get back into this one. MVP 3 rounds away. Forward onto the outside position. Zeph tapping his way on through. Splashkey taken down to kick things off. They're going to get aggressive towards the hell area. And Boot are going to struggle to deal with this. They've got Bobasaur out here. Trying to find a way to work around them. Zion moves in towards the heaven. Dials with Impression and Tommy. 5 versus 2. Moxie and Bobasaur now the last 2 players left alive. And surely should not have anything to do in a 2 versus 5. Not a 1 versus 5. Bomb now down. Moxie in the vents, Bobasaur in secret. Moxie will catch 1 player at least in the form of Zeph. And Bobasaur will also see solo as well. So some trades being taken back by these guys, but that's it. This is over. (14-7). Double check, make sure that no one's creeping in from the vents, make sure no one's creeping in general. Mini will deal with Bobasaur, make sure that they get as little out of this round as possible, the CT side. Gonna be seriously hurt going into this last one. Will they eco play for overtime? Imagine they won't. Yeah, force up coming through. 7 rounds in a row to equalize against the MVP side. As the South Koreans move ever closer to their land spot, but Mini's going to try put a halt on that pedal. Moxie dead as the first frag to the favor of that T side. 5-on-4 scenario. Moxie giving MVP a step closer to the LAN. Still got 4 more players to find though, here for round 22, and then they'll be on map and match and qualifier point. Hold face for a moment, now the team's moving. Oh, Mini! Straight through the wall. Bobasaur dead and buried. Zion, solo, 2 more kills. Tommy, last man remaining. The bomb will get planted. And I wish I set up my replay button for Mini's great shot right there. It's predictive positioning, so you can put some asterisks next to it and be like, okay, well, yeah, he could have gotten that. There's a decent chance once he had the information, but still, good shooting on his part. Can't take that away from him. And it's enough to force Boot down to an 8-round comeback. 15-7. 8 match points. Tommy will take Glow at the very least, try and see if we can defend against them. If he goes down now, this will be disastrous, but he stays alive. Here we go. 1 more round for the MVP side, and they'll be going to Bangkok. Otherwise, it's going to be a not so great time. Here we go, straight into the A-bomb site. Damage being done through the wall against the likes of Moxie. Tommy going to try and find his way around, but getting so much utility early on. Move up against them here, Impression. On the rafters, we're going to hear some footsteps, but not take anybody down for it. Zion is first casualty. That's a nice start from Tommy at the very least. Finding him through the squeaky, almost taking out his own teammate. That's not what you want to do. The advantage stolen away by the CT player. Moxie on 5 HP can get traded so easily now. A stray bullet would be enough. And now they're going to leave Zeph alone here towards the lobby as the other 3 players of the MVP side make their way in to the secret area. Bulbasaur here to defend it. What can he find against Solo, Glow, and Mini? Molotovs apparently is what you can find, trying to see if he can push forward the UMP. It's going to be disastrous. He gets taken down for it. Zeph, meanwhile, will fall. Tommy, next man to try and face it down. And you can hear them moving now. Flash is coming through. Solo deals with him. Mini comes up with a secondary frag, and now it's all Moxie, the low HP player. The one who Tommy put in this position at the very beginning of the round. 1v3. Clutch and a half to find. And unfortunately, he's not finding anything. It's going to be 16-7, a 2-0 for the MVP side as they claim the Southeast Asia spot at Bangkok. They are going to the Toyota Masters Finals above the likes of Boot, Dreamscape. Unfortunately, not the best of matches from them. Certainly not as close as these 2 teams have made it in the past. But a well-deserved victory for MVP. They'll take a 2-0 in the Grand Finals. And again, they are moving forward to the Toyota Masters in Bangkok LAN. Once again, I've been Switchblade J. I've been your commentator for the evening. If you'd like to follow anything more of my stuff, you can do it in the Twitch title. It's my Twitter handle there. And again, thank you very much for watching us here on the Toyota Masters stream. We still have 2 more spots to go. I'm not sure which ones are going to be broadcast on the English stream, but we have a Chinese qualifier and a Thailand qualifier. So if that's anything you're interested in, make sure you hit the follow button. And of course, keep it locked here for the mainland coming up in November time. So once again, I thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for sticking with us. We'll see you back here very soon for even more Counter-Strike.